Sup nerds, metalheads, and monsters, this is PapaLycanD, the father of monsters here, and I'm bringing an amazing D&D Monster stat block from my mutual and good buddy, Jesse Miller. I think many people fail to realize that the Venn diagram between nerds and people who love rock and metal is damn near a circle, and I think Jesse deserves an amazing introduction into the D&D side of TikTok here. Obviously, most known for your audio corn noises, that was all the inspiration that I needed to make you into an amazing monster. Farmers and villagers beware, for you are KERNEL. And here is your legendary stat block. Pause to read. KERNEL is a legendary CR22 chaotic evil huge monstrosity with a good amount of AC, hit points, and stats focusing on strength and constitution. Despite being very tough and having a large number of resistances and immunities, you're only good at two things: smashing things and being scary. But it's okay, because you only know one language, and that is Cornish. If you're going to duet this, could you go ahead and give us an example right now? Perfect, sounds great. Abilities, obviously legendary resistance, regeneration, 10 hit points at the start of each turn, and you have an ability called Stalked, which you can use 3 times per day. You can sink into the ground and instantaneously travel up to 1 mile away to any sort of tilled field or farm of any kind. Perfect ability for a huge ear of corn to get around easily. And your last ability is called Popped Corn, which essentially is a death burst. When you reach 0 HP, you explode in a burst of medium-sized popcorn. All creatures in a 60-foot radius must make a dexterity saving throw, taking a massive amount of bludgeoning damage in the process. If you think this custom monster is badass and you want to see them all, I have over 150 that you can see and download here, and if you want your own, you can commission me and skip the lines. You're going to use your Frightening Presence and then make 2 attacks with either your Masher Mallet or your Corn Seed. The Masher Mallet will cause a decent amount of bludgeoning damage up close, and if you roll a 19 or higher on this attack, the target creature must make a Constitution saving throw, otherwise it will take 4 Constitution damage. And if its Constitution score gets all the way down to 0, it dies. You just crushed it. Colonel Seed is a ranged weapon attack, which will do bludgeoning damage to its immediate target, and then it will explode, causing a small amount of force damage in a small area. And the final ability is Crop Rotation. Man, I'm good with these puns. Colonel spins the mallet around and dealing a decent amount of bludgeoning damage to all creatures within a 20-foot radius of him. Legendary actions. The first one is Creamed. Colonel gets to move up to half its movement speed, and any creatures in that walking path will need to make a dexterity saving throw, otherwise they can be knocked prone. He can use 1 legendary action to make an additional mallet attack, and its final ability that costs 2 actions is its Aw Shucks. Colonel screams in Cornish and launches a massive volley of ears of corn in a 90-foot line that's 10 feet wide, and all creatures will take a massive amount of bludgeoning and force damage. There's just no beating around the bush with this one. This is an angry, upfront melee tank fighter. It will be causing a huge amount of damage to anything that gets too close. And a quick reminder, in case the scaling looks a little weird here, those are stalks of corn. Those are about 7 feet tall, meaning Colonel here is going to be well over 20 feet tall. Take that into consideration before engaging him. Jesse, you were looking for an introduction to D&D TikTok. You have now made your appearance. Welcome to the community. Everybody, I'm so glad you're here. I've been a huge fan of yours for a long time, and I hope you enjoy your monster.